All right. So about fundraising, can you describe some of the legal requirements that you have to follow when it comes to fundraising?
As far as legal requirements, as long as they're public or donated charity, such as like Kathy's House and so forth, they're registered as the right number to be able to accept donations, and then they've got to follow their requirements on what they can do with the money. We pretty much have it the easy end of it, as long as we know it fits into the category that works.
And so what is your organization filed under? Is it
5013C4? So, and we file taxes every year. And the way the IRS is set up, if you're 50,000 and under, you fill out a postcard. Well, we're over that now, so it's a little more complicated. So, but I've been doing it myself, so I'm hoping to give that up someday. But,
and so you provide scholarship funds as well, don't you?
yes, Ashwaubenon gives out scholarships every year. The last 3 or 4 years, we've given out 4 $1,000 scholarships. The interesting thing is getting the students to respond, because I've had to go almost beg to get, because they got to provide a transcript that they went and that they're submitted for their second semester. Once I get that information, I pay the school directly. It doesn't go to the students, it goes to the school directly in their name.
And so where did this scholarship money come from?
It's part of the, actually, I shouldn't say that. A long time ago, they set up a CD with money that I'm not sure where it came from, because it was before my time.
Yeah.
And we set up the CD to provide the scholarship funds. So every year when it renews, we take $4,000 out of the CD, put it into our general account, and then I pay the scholarships from there.
And these are for Ashwaubenon students only. They're the
Yeah,
yes.
Ashwaubenon High School, yes. And we get a stack of scholarships, and we've got 3 individuals that they each go through every scholarship, and then they rate them. And we have one guy that compiles and picks the 4 students. And those ceremonies are pretty cool to watch. The students get accepted. A couple of small things we do is we have what we call a giving tree, and that allows all of us to go out and spend $50 and donate it somewhere. And then the club reimburses them for that, as long as they give me a receipt for it. Leaders Dogs for the Blind, that's a really cool program. We've got a lady in the area that brings in pups and gets them set up for the first stage, and then they end up in Michigan to be trained fully. We give to that every year.
These are service dogs?
They're dogs for the blind.
Yeah.
Yep. And we've seen some presentations on it, and they're amazing dogs. Just incredible. Well, you can see all the lion stuff we give there. Like I said, disaster last year was a big one, so don't think it'll be that big this year unless something happens. Then we'll see.
And that disaster fund, that goes to like a national fund?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does. So
So being like a smaller chapter of a larger organization, are there any like larger organization-wide rules that you have to follow?
That's more on the secretary's end of things, because they never ask us what we give, which surprised me. I would think they'd be interested, but they don't. But I'm thinking with the tax filings, they probably feel we're doing all right.
But you are allowed pretty much leeway on what you spend and how you fundraise and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yep. Well, definitely. They don't. All they care about is membership. And we pay our dues. And the club members pay the dues. I'll write the check, but then I expect to be reimbursed for those. Because I don't think that should come out of money that we fundraise. And the club feels the same way. It's kind of the least we could do. We lost the vet's house this year. They closed. Kind of sad. It's tough. Live Strong program, that's a program at the Life for Cancer Survivors.
And what do you do for that?
We just don't donate money to the Y, but we specifically say it's for the Live Strong program.
Okay.
Last year was the first year we did that. And I think there's some of these that are going to have to fall off because of us having to share our funds with Roundy's now.
You have to share your funds with who?
Roundy's. Roundy's in Milwaukee. Because that's who owns the lot.
So some of your new programs, you have of course you described the YMCA program. What other new programs do you have?
Feeding America is relatively new. That's in Appleton. Foster the Village, that's a place up here in Green Bay that does clothing and stuff for kids. Not that many new ones on here. As you can see, Ashwaubenon and several lists. And the volunteer organizations that help us park are also on this list. So this will probably be our toughest year as far as decide who gets what and who may have to be cut and so forth. I have thoughts, but that's all I have.
So overall, what would you say is the biggest thing you would like to see improve about your organization? I know earlier you mentioned like the age of your membership and like recruitment, but is there anything else?
Me personally, I'd like us to focus more local. I think we give a lot away to the Lions organization that doesn't need as much as we give. But we're Lions, I guess that's part of it, but maybe this year we'll move that. And I'd like to pick and choose some different organizations every year so we're not giving to the same people all the time. We share the wealth with some organizations. There's a lot of organizations out there that need money.
What organizations would you like to work with that you aren't currently working with?
I'm not going to be able to come up with names for them. One was Adoption Center for Babies. And like I said, I can't think of the name, but that was one that I came up with. Let's see. See, I need to write this stuff down. Salvation Army's always a good one. They do a lot of good. We just need to mix it up a little bit more than what we do, is my feeling. But being a treasurer and the one that writes checks, I can suggest, but that's all I can do. So our next meeting we should be looking at the list for this year and decide what we're gonna do. So that'll be an interesting meeting. Should be an interesting meeting. And this year we had the draft also. So we gave more money than we've ever given.
What did you do with the draft?
Parking. Yeah. Actually, we parked at Argonne Park. Because Ronde's wouldn't let us park at their lot. So they decided they're going to have buses and stuff and didn't want us around. So we parked at Argonne Park, which going from 250 cars to 30 cars was a big change. But we also had to sit there the entire day and monitor the lot. So that was a big commitment.
So
keeps us busy.
I believe that's all the questions I have for you today.
Okay.
Is there any other things you would like to add before we go?
Yeah, we're looking for young members, Spencer. So, no, it's the Lions organization's a really good organization. They do a lot of good, not only in our area, throughout the states, throughout the world. They're an international organization. So they actually gave money to, can't think of the name of the country, but I had to wire money. I'd never done that before. That was an interesting process. And then the guy had to come and pick up the money. Strange. And they used the money well. They used it for their hospital. So, no, I'm just, we do a good job with our club, donating money. So, something we can hang our hat on. Just not sure how much longer we're going to be able to pull it off.
Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Hopefully it helped.
Yep.
So, and you can keep that if you want to